I am in Iceland. I have never seen anything like this before. So we've come to Iceland because Iceland has become the smallest country ever to qualify for the World Cup in terms of population. And we want to get to know that population a little bit. It's one thing to see from afar how Iceland has done this, how they've eliminated England at the Euro, how they won their World Cup qualifying group. But we've heard so many good things about the relationship that the team has built with all 350,000 people here in Iceland. We want to meet some of those people, and we're going to do that by going on the ring road, a long road trip around the perimeter of Iceland, getting out of Reykjavik, and really finding out what has driven this amazing story and the growth of soccer here in Iceland. First here in Reykjavik, I wanted to stop and meet a friend of mine. Her name is Thora Arnarsdóttir, and she's kind of the Barbara Walters of Iceland, if you could believe it. Works for the national television channel in news, big media personality. And in 2012, she ran for the presidency of Iceland, the country, and finished second, which is pretty remarkable. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
You too. You want to come inside?
Would love to. Would love to.
This is head of sports.
Oh wow.
Þetta amerísk íþróttastöð. Ég þurfti nú að senda þig hérna. Frekar.
I can only imagine what qualifying for the World Cup for the first time has done for the sports department.
I don't think someone that comes from a big country can ever just understand the significance of it. Icelanders, we have this mixture of megalomania and minority complex. And when we actually succeed in something like that, it just unifies the whole nation.
Something we heard from talking to one of the fans here, 2 hours before every national team game, they gather at this sports bar near the national stadium, and the coach of the team, with 500 people inside, he tells them who his starting lineup is going to be. He tells them how the tactics are going to go for the game. I have never heard of a national team coach doing this, and the sense I'm getting is that the fans here feel like they're part of the team.
Yes, that is correct. And that's also a part of it, talking about playing with the heart. Our players are not the best in the world. We have very good players, but you wouldn't think this was the team that would, qualify for the World Cup. But while the US is left at home, Italy is left at home. They are not just playing for their career and the thought of the next contract or whatever. They are playing for this nation. I mean, you can just imagine, you step on the field, playing England in the Euros. And you can just see this blue wall. You can just see 20% of your nation has just flown over to France.
We're going around the entire country. What would you say as just any suggestions, pointers, advice?
Get a little bit off the beaten track. Tourism in Iceland has grown significantly over the last few years. The landscape and the just different kind of people that you're going to meet is I think it's important. Be adventurous, but please don't drive off roads.
Okay. So we have a really cool plan for this trip, actually. We're going to be doing an old-fashioned road trip on the ring road of Iceland, which basically goes around the perimeter of the country. And that's a lot of miles. We're going to see a lot of different parts of Iceland here. We're not just staying in the capital, Reykjavik. last couple of hours, we passed through areas that had beautiful mountains and fjords. We passed through areas that have volcanic rock everywhere, and it looks like the dark side of the moon. In a sense, I'm a little surprised to see that there's lots of different Icelands, and sometimes you see them in a very short time period. Suddenly you see something like this, and you feel like you're about the only person in the world who's seeing it, just because there aren't many people here. It's a really, really cool feeling. So we're going to meet the coach of the women's club team in Akureyri, which won the championship in Iceland last year. His name is Donny. We want to get a sense of what Akureyri is like as the second city of Iceland when it comes to soccer. Pretty nice setup here. Most MLS teams would take this setup, minus the snow.
Það endaði 1-1. Það fór áfram, þannig að það var nú almálið. Ekki alltaf eitthvað. Hey.
Hey, Grant.
Nice to meet you, Donny.
Nice to meet you
Nice
too.
to meet you.
Who's this?
This is my little daughter, Heida.
Hey, Hayla.
Nice to meet you. Say nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What are you guys doing here? This rise in Icelandic football. Why do you think this happened?
It all comes down to the coachings, the educations, and obviously the population of kids playing football. We have really good coaching stuff in all the youths. We have unbelievable facilities. Us coaches are trying to fight for even better facilities. We're getting pretty greedy now for us to be able to play all year round. You can go in here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
It gets pretty loud, I would guess, indoors like
definitely,
that.
Yeah. We played the first 2 games in our season, last season here. It was crazy.
Nenka! This is amazing. I mean, when you look around, this is a full-size field indoors in a town that's not very big in Iceland. If I was a kid, this would have been paradise for one thing. I'm terrible. I mean, seriously, there are MLS teams that would kill for a facility like this. And I would kill for the ability to hit a penalty better than I can. Top left corner, baby. No! We're hoping to see Heimir Hallgrímsson, the coach of the men's national team here in Iceland. His achievement of getting Iceland into the World Cup for the first time, I assume that earned him a lot of respect.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Like, it all started when Lars came in, Lars Lagerbäck. He always has to be mentioned when we talk about the national team because he changed so many things. But Heimir is a really smart guy, and he's a really great guy. And right now, I think Heimir is so much better coach.
We gonna see her on the national team someday?
Yeah, without a doubt. If she has to be the moneymaker for me. No.
We're at the end of day 1. It was a long day, very productive day. Now the plan for tomorrow, we go back onto Route 1, continue going east, and then actually the plan right now is to go off Route 1 for a little side trip, actually not a little one, a slightly big one, to go to a town called Bakkafjordur, which is a town of only 70 people. It's in the far northeastern part of the country, basically on the opposite side of the country from Reykjavik, where we're going to meet a guy named Olafur, who literally goes 8 hours one way for every national team game in Reykjavik. So he gives you a good idea of the passion that exists for this team. So we keep hearing from various people about their respect for and feelings toward, in a positive way, Heimir Hallgrímsson, the coach of the Iceland men's national team. We're hoping to hear at some point from the Iceland Federation about our possibilities of getting a sit-down interview. And this is a guy who has been a dentist as his trade on the island of Vestmannaeyjar, this tiny little island off the southern coast of Iceland. And now he's coaching the national team in a World Cup, which is pretty amazing. Hello, Grant Wahl.
Hi, Grant. This is Omar, media officer of the Icelandic Football Association. How are you doing?
I'm good, Omar. How are you today?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just calling to confirm that we can do the interview with Coach Heimir on Thursday at our headquarters. Would 3 p.m. be okay with you guys?
3 p.m. Thursday. Yeah, we can do that. That's wonderful. I'm really looking forward to meeting Heimir. We've heard so much about him, and so yes, we'll look forward to seeing you guys.
3 p.m. Thursday? That's tomorrow.
3 p.m. tomorrow in the opposite end of the country.
Can we get up north to Bakkafjordur still?
I mean, it's a tough call. While we're up here and we have the opportunity, we should try and do it. But I think we're going to be in a situation where we're not sleeping a heck of a lot. So long last, Bakkafjordur on the northeast coast of Iceland. About as far away from Reykjavik as you can get in this country, at least 8 hours by car. 70 to 100 people live here, including Olafur, who is part of Tolfan, the 12-man fan club for the Iceland national team. Hello. Hi.
Olaf. How are you, Grant?
Fine. It's nice to see you. I like your shirts.
It's cold today.
It is.
Yes. I was up on the mountain. That's a mountain over there.
I'm curious, the success of the Iceland team, what is that like for you?
That means a whole lot to me, but I cannot go to Russia because my youngest girl is graduating from the high school.
Oh, wow. So you're missing the first game against Argentina.
I'm quite sure about the first game. Iceland win it 2-1.
Really?
Yes.
This is a prediction. So when you go to games for the national team in Reykjavik,
Yes.
do you drive? Do you fly?
Sometimes I drive, sometimes I take the plane, but it's cost me about 25,000 Icelandic kronur to get to Reykjavik
Yeah.
if I fly.
Okay.
almost the same if I drive.
And then you'll stay for the game and then
And
come right back?
no, not after the game,
Yeah,
because usually before the game you get a beer.
yeah.
This is what they are after.
Oh, the eggs?
Yes, the
Right.
eggs. Yeah,
Interesting.
caviar.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had caviar.
Yes.
There you go. What kind of fish is this?
Grásleppa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it good eating fish?
No,
No?
no.
Just the
not-
eggs.
Just the eggs.
I think when people think of the success of the Iceland football team, they think the big city in Reykjavik. It's a national team, is my point, that
Yeah.
it represents the whole nation. Are
Yes.
you finding people, in your part of the country that are excited about the success of the team?
I think if we Icelandic can get maybe 20,000 tickets to the game, we will buy it.
Okay, that's
Yes.
a lot.
Yes. And when you walk into a stadium with 70 or 80,000 people, there's no way back.
Yeah.
No way back.
So we made a real big extra effort to go all the way up northeast, and I'm so glad we made the effort. I watched Iceland during the Euro in 2016 become this total underdog that everyone loved, that eliminated England and all of its wealthy players from the Euro. It's one thing to hear about excitement over something, and it's another thing completely to experience it through the people who are feeling that, and to meet those people and shake their hands and spend time with them. As beautiful as it is to drive around this country, and it is unlike anything I've ever seen before, the human aspect of this is why I'm here. This whole thing has been a total adrenaline rush for me. When I say adrenaline, that's true. I mean, these are long freaking days that we're having right now. Driving, meeting people, trying to cover the entire country in a shorter than expected time frame. Still some light in the sky for a little while longer, not too much longer. It's snowing. We are in some long named town that starts with an E, and my brain is too fried right now to think of what that name actually is. It's getting cold too. What the f is this?
Continue straight.
We're really pushing to get at least as far as one of these small towns on the southern coast, and hopefully get us within a reasonable distance of the national stadium by the middle of the day tomorrow. So like any epic road trip, today has been a long one. We've been on the road for about 14 hours, all told, since we left Akureyri. We persevered, got through it. Welcome to Hernanes. Your room is number 15. The only bummer actually about driving at night tonight has been we've been hugging the coastline of the east coast of Iceland, and we haven't been able to see what it looks like. And I can imagine it looks amazing. So that is something I'm excited to see in the morning, is what does the shoreline look like from the east coast of Iceland. Chickens. Got here. Pungent. Not sure if I prefer the smell of sulfur or the smell of barnyard. But look at these guys. Hi. Got some babies here. My local grocery store in New York has Icelandic Lamb, and it's awesome. And now I have this personal relationship with some of them, and I may not ever eat it again. So we're here at the Blackbeak restaurant. What is your connection?
I'm one of 5 owners, and we are all farmers in this area. So we own this area.
What type of food do you have here that is typical from this area?
This soup is made from turnip, and my husband is the biggest turnip grower in Iceland.
Okay.
So we made this recipe, and the meat we have in the lamb soup and the lamb chop, they are from our farms, and also the meat in the burger.
We're here in part because of Iceland's success in football. It seems like the success of the Iceland team is something that goes beyond sports, that even if you're not a big sports fan, a lot of people are here, but even if you're not, that there's a sense of pride.
Yes, I know. We always said when they are doing well, it's our boy, it's our girl. We all own this team.
Yeah.
So everyone is a part of. The stone outside the wall,
Yes.
they are from the beach. The wall over there, it's a stone from our beach.
Oh, wow.
And on the floor also.
All of it, huh?
So it's most of it came
Okay.
from here, and it's no harm for the nature if you take the stone from the beach, because one day the ocean give us the stone, and the next day after they take it back.
So amazingly, we are going to make it. We have been driving for 3 days. and it has been an amazing odyssey of a journey. And it's going to end by speaking to Heimir Hallgrímsson, the coach, who is a fascinating guy with his own amazing story. No interview today. Too bad we missed out. We're here to talk ahead of the World Cup. It's not that far away now. Congratulations for reaching it.
Thank you.
For the first time as a country. We all saw what you guys did at Euro 2016, and it was very impressive to eliminate England and play the way you did against some difficult teams. What was the challenge after that for you, becoming the sole manager of the team, but also needing to try and qualify for a World Cup?
Yeah, the biggest challenge, of course, is not to get ahead of ourselves, because this was the first time Iceland went to two major finals in football. When I grew up, it was a sentence here that was something like, Icelanders are too few to go and qualify for major finals in as big sport as soccer is, like you say in the US. But now we can never say that sentence again.
What is the identity of this team?
We'd rather like to be best in 6 areas out of 10. Be the best in Europe in 6 areas out of 10, rather than being semi-good in 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to be the most organized team. We like to be the best defending team, and we like to be the best team in Europe in set pieces. We like to have the best team spirit. We know that we don't have the best individuals, so we focus on what we would like to be the best in.
We come from the USA with a population of 350 million. We didn't qualify for the World Cup, and we see Iceland, the smallest population country ever to qualify for a World Cup.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, it happens. I mean, but the question we have, this is a country of 340, 350,000. How did Iceland get so good?
You know, most people talk about the facilities in Iceland and the improvement in coaching and the quality and number of qualified coaches for our kids. So our youth is really strong. But it's a lot of other things that have to work. Is our model. Is really a healthy model. Because it's not money driven, the passion awakes. So people is playing football because it's a passion. So the enthusiasm comes from inside. It's one of the reasons that many countries are struggling, because when you've been selected when you're 10 years old into an academy, and you've been kind of paid, and you are in this environment since you were 10 and now you're 17, 18, it's kind of like going to work or going to school. But when an Icelandic kid goes to having a chance to be a professional at the age of 17, he has the inner drive. To take the fun out of the game so early I think that's wrong.
Before we did our ring road trip, we were here in Reykjavik on Saturday, and we went to one of the sports bars. The bartender, he was telling me about how you tell your fans, basically give them a team talk and explain what your tactics are going to be for that game. And I hope I'm not revealing any secrets that shouldn't be revealed, but it was an amazing story to me, because I can't imagine another coach in the world who would do this.
It's kind of sweet to be doing it. It's different from probably all others, and it wouldn't probably be possible unless it's a community that trusts each other, like here. There's no media allowed. Nobody is recording or taking pictures. But it started, and there were 7 supporters. They started to excuse themselves why they're not more than 7. But I thought it was sweet. I said, I don't mind if they are 7 or 10. So next time it was 50, and then slowly it has been increasing since then. The crowd is now filling up this bar, and maybe 500, 600, 700 people squeezing in. It's lovely that you have this connection. It gives them ownership in the team a big part of the success that we have had. Is their fault. And for 7 years I've done it now. And nothing, and I repeat, nothing has leaked on social media, even though the information they are getting is quite huge and is probably sellable. For me, that is so much respect from the supporters towards the national team. It's impossible to stop it. It's impossible to stop doing it.
Is Iceland a team that Americans should choose to root for?
Definitely. We need the numbers. So if Americans are going to Russia, I think there are available shirts, Icelandic shirts, and we need the numbers. But I think all Americans like a story like this. It's kind of an underdog story, a Cinderella story. You go in to meet the big guns, the Argentinians that normally win the World Cup, and you go in there for the first time, coming from a country of 330,000 people. I think it's kind of an American story.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck in the World Cup.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
So there's no official finish line to Route 1 when you circle the perimeter of Iceland, but we're here. This is the end. I've learned so much more about Iceland as a country than I knew before I came. And so much of it is about the visuals and the scenery, and it's like nothing else I've ever seen on Earth, to be honest. And yet, it's also about the people here and the connection that they have with this soccer team that now transcends sports completely. And the only way to really get a full sense of that connection is to drive around the country and talk to people about their connection to the team. And it's something really special that sport can achieve in really rare, really neat circumstances that have all come together here in Iceland over the last few years. And to get a sense of that connection, it's why we came here. And I feel like we've gotten the full experience. It's an amazing journey. I would suggest if you do the whole circle yourself, maybe take a few days more than we did, but it's worth it.